Don't fight it. It's time to go up a size.
This is the biggest.
This is the biggest.
Our biggest show.
The Hodaki Big Show. With Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon, the 22nd of August, 2023, and you're listening to The Big Show. Hoodie, J, Minogue and Keyzie, you mad bastard. And I have to say, Mogi, I'm a little bit disappointed that you decided to put your swan dry back on, because, boy, was I enjoying that tight green T-shirt on your highly defined body.
Hey, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, sorry about that. Just had some of me overnight oats there, and it's cooled me right down, so I've had to put my swan dry back on just to warm up the core again.
Can I ask you just on that front, Mogi, are they overnight oats, or sometimes you do it in the morning?
Half a day.
Half a day,
oats, yeah.
Is that just to let them fatten out a bit?
So let the oats absorb the milk there, and also let the blueberries there just de-thaw. You know, thaw, defrost.
Yeah, great stuff.
Okay. Happy Tuesday, guys.
Yeah, happy Tuesday, Mogi.
Happy Tuesday.
Hey, Keyzie, you mad bastard. I was commenting on the outro podcast how immaculate you're looking today with your distressed denim jacket, your immaculate white T-shirt that's been ironed. Good on you, mate. Looking great, Keyzie.
Thanks, Jase.
Yeah, man.
Look, I take pride in what I wear.
Do you?
And so this is why I've worn this, because I'm a rock and roll DJ. And so I put on my denim jacket with my tears
Hey
in it.
now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
Exactly,
Go,
that's me.
Play.
I don't eat overnight oats and blueberries and stuff because I'm rock and roll.
Yeah. Wow.
Feeling better after your massive steamer weekend?
I actually feel great today. I
Yeah.
woke up and I was real productive. I was like, man, what's up with this?
Yeah.
no
That's
longer
right.
hungover.
Yeah.
Jace, to paint a picture for everyone out there, wearing a little V-neck cardigan and a nice little business shirt underneath with the collar just sticking through.
Just like to say, cardigan's got buttons up the front.
Thank you, Mogi.
Oh, sorry, what is that?
It's
A jumper.
yes, a sweat. Well, a jumper. Yeah, a very stylish one.
It's
I might
lovely.
add. Yeah, thank you, Mogi.
Well, it's a generic
I mean,
grey one.
I knew that you would, have an eye for it.
Gorgeous.
But you want to touch the material? We'll do that on the break.
Yeah, that's what it makes me want to do.
Massive show coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. In the meantime,
Cracking on with the countdown.
Yeah, crack on with the countdown. A bit of She-Hard.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, coming in at 711 on the countdown there, bit of She-Hard.
Had that one at 7:23.
Oh,
Damn
did
it.
you? Oh, yeah.
Because we've been playing the old 90s till now countdown bingo, haven't we?
Yeah, we have, yeah.
And so, it's a big card.
I had that one at 666.
Oh!
Yeah.
The number of the beast.
Yeah, the number of the beast. Now, listen.
Yeah.
Well, let's cut to it. It's time for this.
The Big Poll.
This one's a bit esoteric, and I can tell you...
What does that mean?
I can tell you
What does
that our
that mean?
mate
Jace.
Pugs...
What does that mean?
Esoteric, it's kind of out there. It's, it's kind of a beyond the
Jace,
norm.
if you don't know what it means, you shouldn't use the word.
I just told you what it meant.
All right.
Pugs wasn't happy with this particular poll because it is a bit out there. It is a bit weird.
I don't think the listeners are going to be happy either, to be fair.
No, because you're going to have to go to our Instagram account to be a part of this poll, which you have to do anyway to vote, fellas.
Yeah.
And the question today on the big poll is this, and you can't see it,
But you're holding it.
I'm holding it, a tangerine or an orange?
Such a good question for a radio show.
Yeah.
So basically, I was standing around the little table in the Hodaki office there today. Jace walked in late, as he always does, interrupts a meeting that we're having.
Sure.
And just goes, whoa, look, are those oranges or are those tangerines? And then he was like, Keyzie, we should make that the big poll for today. I was like, fine, Jace, just shh. Okay, fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Or is it a gigantic mandarin?
Oh, now that looks more like a gigantic mandarin.
Well, no,
Yeah, can we put that in the poll?
no, it's
Right.
definitely not job.
Yeah, thanks, Pugs.
Yeah, if you want to vote on the poll, by
So
the way.
the poll today is this a tangerine, an orange, or a giant mandarin?
Should we describe it for people who are just listening?
Yes.
Well, let's talk about the differences, shall we?
Okay.
Between a tangerine and an orange, because you said, is this a tangerine or an orange? And I thought to myself, I don't think I've seen a tangerine in probably 20 years. They're not a popular fruit. They're something that's just fallen by the wayside and they're sort of just gone. In my memory, they are a more orange colour than
Correct.
what you're holding there, a much deeper orange, a very thin skin, which is difficult to peel, and I think that's part of the reason why people don't like them is because they're difficult to peel, but they are a much sweeter fruit.
Very yummy.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Much sweeter fruit.
I will say against the tangerine as well, a lot peppier generally.
Oh,
a lot more peps.
Now that could have been bred out of them had there been enough interest from the public.
Sure.
The same way as with an orange.
With what you're saying about the tangerine there, Mogi, that's why if you look at the base of this tangerine / orange / giant mandarin,
yeah.
it was the deep ochre colour of the orange that made me think it might be a tangerine.
Can I just say, we got a text on 3483 saying it's a tangelo, you muppets. It's not a tangelo. Okay, a tangelo is a small, perfectly rounded fruit with a little nub on the top. This is a big fat bastard. It's like a grapefruit, but bright orange.
Also, someone's also asked on 3483, is it a persimmon? And I can tell you absolutely,
Yeah.
it's not a persimmon.
Do we know that for sure?
We've had a
Yes.
question come into the DMs on Instagram. Somebody's saying, is it a banana?
It's definitely not a banana.
Right. Just had another text here on 3483. Is it a watermelon?
Could be.
Oh, I don't. Pugs, can you put that or a watermelon?
Actually, yeah, just to be sure. Hey, by the way, New Zealand, if you're fired up about this particular topic, feel free to give us a call on 0800 Hodaki. Give us your opinion or text us 3483.
Totally, man. In the meantime, let's get into a bit of Portishead, shall we?
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Oh, yeah, that takes me back, fellas. Portishead there coming in at a whopping 710, Mogi. If you're just joining us, by the way, the Big Show Big Poll today, very strange one. You have to actually go to our Instagram account to understand it, but it's a picture. And the question is this a tangerine, an orange, or a giant mandarin?
Or a watermelon.
Or a watermelon? Let us know.
Yeah.
By the way, it's a big orange sort of flat-shaped fruit. A lot of text coming in on 3483. Seems we've touched a nerve here, fellas. Is it a kumquat?
Oh,
No, it's definitely not a kumquat.
You sure?
Yeah, I know my kumquats.
Is it an ugly fruit?
Definitely not an ugly fruit. I know my ugly fruit.
No, but is it an ugly fruit or is it a good-looking fruit?
Oh, it's a good-looking fruit.
You guys are massive idiots asking what something looks like on the radio. Is it a satsuma?
the satsuma.
Never heard of a satsuma.
You not heard of a satsuma?
No.
Have you not heard of a satsuma?
No. Can someone fill me in on
Well,
what
you know that thing that you got there?
Yes.
Actually, Pugs, can we add satsuma to the list, man?
Yeah.
On the old Instagram poll.
He just said massively no. It could be it. No, it's a type of mandarin.
Someone else has asked, is it a babarco?
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely not a babarco.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, is it a pile of bricks?
Oh.
No. No.
Thank goodness.
Hey, but
Oh.
people.
This is breaking news.
Well, where to begin, Mogi?
Well, this is the thing, man. You know,
Where
there's
to
been
begin?
that news that came in overnight. It was first broken by the ACC, from what I could tell. And it said, it was on Insta that I saw it, and it said, go follow this link and go over here and find out more. And I thought, it sounds like they're taking the piss. But I did go and have a look, and it turns out that Steve Hansen, Sir Steve Hansen, a Knight of the Realm in Aotearoa, has decided to go and help out the Wallabies with their Rugby World Cup campaign this year because he's a good mate with Eddie Jones. Now, there's a million things going on in that statement. I don't know how anyone's friends with Eddie Jones.
No.
Let alone a fine New Zealander like Shag.
Well, of course, one of the Australian coaches quit.
Yeah.
And he walked away pretty quickly and smartly. And I go,
Which tends to happen under old Eddie Jones
yes,
there.
and it makes me think that actually that was a planned thing from him. He didn't like him. He wanted to get rid of him, so he got rid of him. Steve Hansen betrayed his country, betrayed his people, betrayed his family, betrayed everyone, and said, I'll do that. How much?
Well, no, he's not taking over as a full-time coach. He's there for 4 days.
Yeah.
Helping them.
4 days, but 4 days
Do you know
of it.
how much intel they can give of the All Blacks in 4 days, Keyzie?
He hasn't been there in ages.
But it's reminiscent, actually, Mogi, of looking back, Sir Ted going to Argentina. and coaching there, and everyone was up in arms. To be honest, I don't really give a crap. Good on him. Fill your boots.
Well, I think it's an absolute disgrace.
Do you?
Actually, can you add that to the Instagram post there, the old poll, Pugs? Is Steve Hansen a traitor to his country?
So you want that to be one of the answers?
Okay. That's the vibe that I'm getting. It's a weird thing to me. I don't know. And it is strange because in sport you say, well, everybody's got to make a living. He's doing it for free.
Oh, is he doing it for free?
He's doing it for free as a favour to a mate. So he's not even making any money. He's just trying to help the Wallabies win the World Cup.
Hey, Pugs.
And I don't get that. I honestly don't.
Pugs, can you put that on the Insta? Steve Hansen is a traitor?
Oh, he's already done that.
I'm just reiterating what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So you're just trying to help Australia win the World Cup. What's going on?
Do we want Aussie to be better, though?
No.
I'm sick of watching...
Not at the World Cup.
No.
You want to start helping them after the World Cup.
Yeah, right.
Not now.
And quite frankly, I was disgusted that Dave Rennie, the then Australian coach, got shafted because I thought he was actually doing a pretty damn good job.
Well, a bit better than old mate. And of course, people are furious about it. Chris Hipkins said, the Prime Minister Chris Hipkins saying that his citizenship should be under review.
Yes.
He might find when he comes back to New Zealand he can't get in at the border. Too right.
Yeah.
And Dane Coles is disgusted.
So he should be too.
Disgusted.
So he should be.
How do you feel about it, Keyzie?
Someone's just asked on 3483 whether it's a grapefruit or not, so I'm sort of just held
No,
up.
it's not a
two
grapefruit.
minds.
It's not a grapefruit, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Lincoln Park there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday afternoon. The time is exactly 4:31. You know, Mogi, I was sitting up the front of my deck there as I do in the mornings, and the sun was pouring in and having my coffee in my morning.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
My coffee, and what a beautiful day, by the way, eh?
So nice.
My morning coffee and my durry out the front. They're my favourite durry of the day, the first durry of the day, and I thought to myself, you know what? Is it getting warmer or is it just me?
Really?
You know what I mean? Because I that's the first thing I do every day, and I mean, obviously over the last couple of months I've been freezing my bullets off. But today I was sitting there.
It was warm in the morning when you had your coffee.
Yeah, and I was thinking to myself, is it warming up or is it just me?
Huh.
Because I'd already woken up earlier because it was lighter outside.
I tell you what, man, it's been getting lighter.
Yeah.
Both at the start of the day and at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well,
We're
I
not
can
doing
tell
this
by
again,
I can tell by the birds chirping at the intersection there. But
Yeah.
but also just on that, and I went on my phone there and I'm like, what's the temp? What's the temp? It was like 12 degrees, and I went, yeah, that is getting warmer.
That's warmer.
Because it was like, I'm sure it was like 9 on Sunday.
It feels like... I feel like we were having the same chat this time last year.
Yeah.
I feel like it was getting warmer.
Yeah.
I mean, we're moving closer to...
Hang on, Keyzie.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not sure if it was exactly this time of year, man.
Well, the other thing is, too, is like usually I wear a T-shirt under my shirt.
Oh.
I didn't do that today.
Like Keyzie does.
Yeah. But I hide it a bit better than him.
Sure.
But I was like, because I was getting changed. And I mean, obviously, I'd just come out of the shower. I was feeling pretty hot anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah. Dripping.
Yeah, a few soap bubbles on the pubes. And I was thinking to myself, actually, you know what? I'm not going to put on a T-shirt today because it feels warmer to me.
Yeah.
Of course it feels warmer because we're moving towards spring.
Huh?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, you're not going to sit here and pretend you don't know what spring is.
I know what spring is.
I obviously know what spring is, Keyzie.
Yeah. So
Spring's not summer.
No, I know, but we're in winter now and we're moving towards spring, which comes before summer. And things will traditionally start warming up a wee bit.
Yeah,
about
not this
time.
early, Keyzie, generally.
It's way too early as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And that's
It's only just started snowing.
thus the query in my mind. Is it warmer than like this time last year?
Yeah.
And you're right, I think we might have been discussing it this time last year.
Yeah. And the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because every year about this time, the same thing happens. It starts getting warmer
What,
and
we
lighter.
have this discussion.
Unfortunately, yes. But it starts getting warmer, starts getting lighter, and then every year you guys are confused about what's going on, and then Jase has the birds at the intersection.
Yeah.
But not just at the intersection, birds all over the place.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right, yeah.
I was talking to a guy from down south, man. He said he'd noticed it with the birds.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they haven't even got an intersection
I didn't
where
even
he's
tell
from.
you, like, I was walking along the path from Sky City to here today, and a sparrow just, like, mid-waist height, flying along the
It was
pavement.
up to your waist.
It was up to my waist, about waist
Standing on
height.
the ground.
No, it was flying.
It was flying.
Jeez, you freaked
Flying.
me out, man.
Yeah,
What, we got giant
well,
sparrows
I'm going
now?
to freak you out.
Giant sparrows?
And it was flying towards me, and I went, oh, he's going to do a big turn at some point. No! Douche! Whack, whack, whack! Straight into Hoodie Jay's waist and flew off. What's going on with the birds?
Did it fly into your skater belt buckle?
Yeah, it did, mate.
Like
Text
that.
me 3483 if you're finding weird stuff happening with the birds as well.
And the heat.
And the heat.
What
and
the light?
And the light.
And also, is this an orange or a tangerine? Jeez.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yes, indeed. Coming in at 7:07 on the 90 Still Now countdown. A bit of Eric Clapton for you, Mogi.
Cream.
Layla.
So a lot of people might be thinking, well, Layla's from the 70s, isn't it? The song's actually recorded 1992 for MTV Unplugged. He then didn't let them release the film of the concert or even the album, even though it sounded pretty good. And then he was like, fine, you can release a limited run. And he did of the album. It sold out straight away.
I tell you what, Mogi, he took a hell of a lot of convincing. He really wasn't into it. And I was like, Eric, I'm telling you, this is going to be a hit, man.
Did you convince him?
Yeah, totally.
Wow.
Because like you was just... Did you Google that, did you, Keyzie?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, Eric, come on, man, it's a hit.
So
trust me, my bulls are tingling. This is going to go off.
Why
And
didn't
like,
he
all
wanna-
right, well, since you think so, Jase, I'll give it a nudge.
I guess he would have had a clue from the fact that he released the electric version of the same song in the 70s and it was a massive hit.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, that's what I was saying to him.
Yeah.
Because you did that in the 70s,
Yeah.
the electrical
was a
version of
huge-
it.
Well,
Huge hit.
why didn't he want to release the unplugged version?
Well, there's another song on the album, Keyzie, called Tears in Heaven.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Tears in
About
Heaven
son.
about his son, his young toddler there passing away. And maybe
Yes.
he just didn't want to have many yarns about it.
Yeah, right.
But again, huge hit.
Yeah, massive hit, man.
Huge hit.
Far out.
And actually, a horrifically tragic story,
Oh.
Matt, but we won't go there.
Huge, but thanks, Jase, for convincing him to release it so it can be in our countdown.
Oh, I'm often in the ear of all the top musicians back in the day, Keyzie.
Oh,
if
really?
you go back through my little profile on my calendar there, buddy, you'll see that I've interacted with a lot of musos over my time.
Well, do you reckon you could have a word to Smash Mouth and get him to make some more stuff?
No, nah.
Hey, fellas, have you heard of Taskmaster?
Well, obviously,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
We
it's
talk
on-
about it every day.
Yeah, we talk about it every
yeah,
day. Yeah. It's on TVNZ2 at the moment.
Isn't it on tonight, I believe?
It's on Mondays and Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. TVNZ2. And if you do watch it, very funny, recommend it. Got some great comedians on there, including Di Henwood, Karen O'Leary, Mel Bracewell, Bubba, Ray O'Leary, and of course Jerry Wells. If you do watch it, keep an eye out for the code word, which will pop up. Only happens on the live viewing of the show.
Sure.
All right, can't watch it delayed. Write down that code word and then call Matt and Jerry tomorrow morning. 0800 Hodaki. You could win $500.
Good on you, mate.
Yeah, great stuff, mate. I'm going to be giving that a nudge tonight. See
Really?
what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, it's a good
Mogi.
idea.
Well, you can't win the prize though, the 500 obviously, but you can watch the show definitely.
I don't need $500, Keyzie.
Really?
I'm sweet, man. I'm sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're the man, Jase.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, should we crack on with the countdown?
Yeah, I think so. What are we into here?
7:06. Jace hasn't got his. Put your glasses on, Jace.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Yes, indeed, coming in at number 705 there, Blur on the 90s Till Now countdown, which is going to continue after 5 o'clock, another about 4 or 5 songs, I think, Mogi.
Yeah.
Also, coming up after 5 o'clock, of course, Pet Chat on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So if you need any pet advice, text us now on 3483. Anything to do with your pets and we'll be into it.
Just on that as well, we've got plenty of BK vouchers on offer, so everyone that does text through on 3483 instantly in the draw
Yeah, totally.
for a BK voucher.
And can I say,
Is it a spot prize or is it a draw?
It's more of a draw, but
Right.
I was going to say it's a very well-weighted draw in terms of the listeners. So the chances of you getting in there are pretty strong.
well,
Yeah.
we've just got a crap load of them.
Got so many.
Yeah.
So we'll just willy-nilly dish them out, you know.
Willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to ask a question about, because of the wet and the rain and all that stuff. Bloody my muddy dog coming in and tramping muddle through the house.
Oh.
What do you do about that, Mogi? I mean, good God.
You know what you should do? Text that into 3483, get yourself in the draw for BK. We'll do it
That's a good
after
idea.
Good
5
idea,
o'clock.
mate.
Pet Chat.
Was it?
3483.
Careful,
Okay.
you might end up signing on for some kind of $70 a year sort of subscription.
Yeah, mate.
of
Does
some
that
sort.
cost?
Nah, free.
Oh,
You'll find a way.
Sweet
You'll
as,
find a
mate.
way.
Yeah.
All that after 5.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Yeah, welcome back, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon, 2 minutes past 5 o'clock. Just regarding the big poll today, you need to go on our Instagram account to make any sense of it. It's a picture of, well, the question is it an orange, a tangerine, and or a giant mandarin?
It can't be and. It's got to be or. A giant mandarin.
This is on the back of someone brought in some orange fruit today, left it on the counter, and then Jase came in and was like, "Oh, what's that?
Is that what happened, Keyzie?
Is that an orange or is that a big tangerine?" And then he was insisting we make it the big poll today, and I was all like, "No, Jase, because it's an audio medium." And you're like, "No, we can do it."
Yeah, great stuff.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are. But we'll find out after 6 regarding that. Coming up next, of course, Pet Chat.
Yes.
If you need any kind of pet advice on 3483, let us know, and you go instantly into the draw for some BK vouchers, and we'll get into that next, shall we? In the meantime, let's get back to the countdown.
Yeah.
What are we up to there?
7:04, Jase.
7:04.
You got to put your glasses on.
7:04.
302.
302.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Pet Chat. With Jason Mike. My dog traipsing mud all through the house, Mogi. Someone's texted in tampons on the paws. Just tie them on there and it absorbs all the mud, and then just before they get inside, take them off again.
Oh.
Yeah. Good idea.
Why don't you just not let it back inside?
Oh, she gets cold, Keyzie.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, your house is cold inside as well.
What about
Well, it
4
is.
little gum boots?
Yeah.
Because then they can kick them off, you know?
Yeah,
You ever seen a dog kick off a gum boot?
Yeah,
Funny.
I have. Yeah, it is funny. Yeah, but I just can't find the right size at the moment.
Toddler 4-year-olds for one of your blue heelers, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's a border collie, but yeah.
Yeah, much of a
But
muchness.
yeah, same. Furry.
Hey, there's a lot of texts on 3483. People needing help. Also questions via the Hodaki Big Show Instagram page.
Come to the right place then, Keyzie.
Definitely. Hey, guys, I thought of $1 million idea after seeing how expensive doves are. I've trapped a flock of pigeons and I plan to paint them white and then sell them. What is the best paint for this?
Well, I think to start off with, to just get rid of the admin straight off the bat, spray paint is where you're going to be at. You
right.
don't want to be faffing around with a brush or anything like that.
You don't want to... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a dip, like...
Oh, yeah, dip.
a
Yeah, no,
dip
sure.
is the go. You can sort of just hold them by the beak and in they go.
You could powder coat them.
I do want to say, though, that it's $1 million idea, mate, but Jason and I have already tried it and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You get your oil-based paints and then as soon as you release them at the wetting, they're normally... They've suffocated in the box because of the fumes.
Yeah.
But they certainly can't fly.
Did you use
so you're going to
primer,
have to
though?
have someone to hiff them up,
Yeah.
sort of
Right.
chuck them up. Sort
Flap
of one
the
at a
wings
time.
for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
Look, mate, been there, done that, and I was gutted when it didn't work, as was the bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that sucks, though. Hey,
Then you just chuck them on the barbie afterwards. You don't want to waste them.
what the oil-painted
Yeah,
pigeons?
you got to take the feathers off and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. A lot of great questions on 3483. G'day, guys. My Yorkshire Terrier hasn't made us any Yorkshire puddings yet. At what age does it learn how to do this? Cheers.
Common misconception, isn't it? It's got a Yorkshire accent. It's got
The
a Yorkshire,
dog does?
Yeah. It doesn't make puddings. It's not a chef terrier. It's not a cook terrier.
Right,
It's
yeah.
not mum terrier making your Sunday roast.
Right, okay.
It's a Yorkshire terrier. So it's like, what are you, a Tauranga Keyzie?
Yeah.
So you sound like you come from Tauranga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's got an accent.
Yeah, which is only obviously audible to other dogs.
Have you never heard of Yorkshire Terrier, Keyzie?
No, yeah, I've heard of a Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm just reading the... Yeah, I didn't realise. I thought they made
you've
puddings.
never heard them talking, though.
Oh, no, I've never talked to a dog ever.
Right.
Do they talk?
What about like good boy, come here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Do you like peanut butter?
Oh, there's a lot of peanut butter texts on 3483, by the way.
Yes, there are.
Hey, guys, my wife's pet shrimp is... Hey, guys, my wife's pet shrimp is actually a prawn, but she thinks it's a seahorse?
Yeah.
Any help? Cheers. Well, it actually says, if anyone knows, you guys knows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
So have you...
Well,
What's
I don't-
the difference?
I don't really know what the question is. If she thinks it's a seahorse, all power to her.
But so what's happened is she's bought a pet shrimp, right?
Yeah.
But He's obviously noticed that it's actually a prawn.
Yes.
The wife, on the other hand, thinks it's a bloody seahorse.
Well, you know if it's a seahorse because it'll have a saddle
Attached to the back of it.
Right.
Yeah.
for the prawns to ride.
And a snoz like Keyzie.
Jase. Right, okay, keep the text coming in on 3483, by the way. We're going to crack on with the countdown, back with more pet chat next.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Alison Chains there on the radio. Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening. I meant to ask, by the way, Keyzie, yesterday on the show you asked us for advice haggling over a car.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You were going to do that today. How'd you go, mate? What was the turnout?
Well, to be honest, it kind of went really badly.
Right.
Because you guys did a whole acting scene, and if you haven't heard it,
Role play.
check out the podcast of yesterday's show. Yeah, role playing. And it was really good because Jase, you were selling it. Mike, you played Pat.
No, I was. Oh, yes, I was selling it.
You were Andy.
Yeah. Andy, yeah.
You played
Yeah.
Pat, and then you sort of got to
was
know him,
Pat.
and you established a relationship. Yeah. I tried to do that, and it went really badly.
Right.
So
Were you wearing that jacket?
I was wearing this jacket. Yeah.
Did you offer him a durry?
No, I did what he did. Oh, no, damn. I asked him for a durry.
Oh,
But then, because
okay.
I don't smoke because of my asthma,
Yeah.
he got you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he actually gave me a durry, and then I just sort of freaked out and put it behind my ear.
Oh, right.
Would have
so you
fallen
didn't-
out, though, because they hang out from the head a bit.
Oh, mine do. Well,
I'm
yours
not,
do.
I'm not the one putting cigarettes behind them.
Honestly, you could
I've learnt
stash a
my
whole
lesson.
carton behind those ones, mate.
I'm happy to have air chat anytime.
No, Jase, you and your tiny, pathetic little ears. But I just put it there, and I was like, crap, I don't actually smoke, so that was an issue. And then I asked him about the Warriors. Hates the Warriors.
Yeah.
Was he a rugby man, was he?
He was a rugby union guy and a netball chap.
Yeah. And a netball chap.
Yeah, he was big into the Silver Ferns and, ANZ Premiership and all that sort of stuff.
Who isn't?
Right, same. And then, long story short, he was like, "Hey man, you gonna buy this car? Or are we just here chatting?" You know what I mean? Because I tried to do what you did, which was chat for ages.
Yeah.
And not even bring up the car.
Sure.
And he was like, "Can you hurry up and do you want to make
well,
an
he
offer?"
probably had stuff to do, Keith.
So
He's
that's the
probably a
thing. It
busy
sounds
man.
like he's desperate to get rid of it, so you must have got it for a song.
Well, no, we didn't. He refused to budge on the price at all. In fact, he didn't even want to sell it to us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, and I was like, I guess it's different between buyers, you know what I mean, and sellers.
No, it's the same.
Is it really?
Yeah.
There's always certain things that are exactly the same every time, Keyzie.
Right.
So somewhere in that process, you've gone horribly astray. And I suggest it was being a bit of a hamu, or and getting the cigarette and not smoking it and stashing
Saving it for later.
Yeah, saving it for later.
Well, I don't smoke, though.
As a genuine smoker, Mogi and I can really attest to this. Nothing got up my goat more than people getting a cigarette off me and not smoking it and just saving it for later.
Yeah.
Right. But I also
I
tried...
go, you absolute piece.
Well, okay, well, there's that. But I also, when I first arrived, I did the thing that Mogi did, which was say, hard to find your place. You know what I mean? And then you were like, oh, yeah, it's got a long drive. I said that to him. He's like, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm literally roadside here.
Was it hard to
well,
find?
Nah.
Yeah, there's your
Yeah, well,
problem.
there, you were
Right.
taking him for a fool. You were treating him like an idiot, Keyzie.
Right.
You've got to
Yeah.
actually
You're condescending to him.
Right.
Yeah.
adapt to your physical surrounds.
So I've got to, improvise. Is that the word?
Wow.
I'd just say I'd leave it to someone else next time.
Yeah, I'd get a professional.
Right. Well, we bought it anyway, so that's good.
No,
How much you get it for?
6,500.
How much was it on sale for?
6,000.
Not bad for you, Keyzie.
Yeah, that's pretty good effort, actually.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
That little rap beat at the end there always gives me a heart attack. The police there running off the hour. Coming up after 6 o'clock as always, What's on the TV with Mike Minogue. And
Sure.
if what he's been saying off air is anything to go by, it's going to be an absolute doozy tonight.
Well, he keeps saying he's going to try something new tonight.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is like, whoa.
Yeah.
Holy helmet.
So good. Also, the result of Jase's big poll.
Oh, yes.
You wouldn't have heard those three words put together before, Jase's big poll. Jase.
Yes,
The
Keyzie.
poll is this an orange or a tangerine or just a really big mandarin? And for that to make any sense, you'll have to go to our Hodaki Big Show Instagram and see the photo.
You see, that was my cunning plan because I want to get more people visiting the Instagram account because there's so much going on there,
Sure.
Moki. You know what I mean? There's so
this-
much to look
like
up.
this poll for
Exactly.
fruit.
Do you know we've made like 550 posts? Imagine you could spend hours looking at our Instagram account.
We've
and
made
have
posts.
hours of entertainment.
honestly, your terminology and your grasp on social media, it does blow me away sometimes.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Hey, but stick around though, so good.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
In their royal blood. Very unusual big poll today, given that it was a sort of visual question.
Jace.
Let's get straight to it, shall we?
Yeah.
The
Big poll.
Ba, 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 ba.
And from recollection, the question was, this thing I'm holding, is it an orange, a tangerine,
or are you just pleased to see me?
what was it, gigantic mandarin?
Yeah.
And you had to actually go on our Instagram to check that out to be a participant on it.
I think it'll be something where people will have been so confused by the question they would have gone with the ridiculous answer, which is a giant mandarin.
Yeah. Well, my feeling, and my feeling too, is with the photo that Pugs took, that would be the inclination too.
Sure.
So I'm going with you, Mogi. I'm thinking people are favouring gigantic mandarin.
Well, for the first time in a long time, you guys are both wrong.
Oh, yes.
It's actually an orange most voted. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Very
to the
good.
Oranges.
Why do you look so suspect, Jace?
Well, just because it still looks like a mandarin to me.
Does it?
You know what I mean?
Or is it because you know that gigantic mandarin won and you're like, no, I know for a fact because I looked at it because I cheated?
What is it with you, Keyzie, and this obsession you have with...
When I said orange,
with
they looked
me.
at me like, oh, isn't it orange? Oh, okay, is it?
No, I think that's great. If it was orange, I'm standing corrected.
No, because you lost and you can't handle that.
Mogi said the same thing.
I did.
He said gigantic mandarin. Do you think he cheated?
Yeah, probably.
Wow.
I think
It
Yeah.
actually hurts.
But listen,
I don't know why it hurts you, because you are cheating.
lesson learned. Tomorrow we'll have a poll that isn't visually orientated.
Well, it was
Well,
your
I mean,
idea, man. We got behind it.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
good one.
the final-
good one, Keyzie.
The final result was orange 30%. 16% of people think it's a tangerine. Maybe that's because they'd never seen a tangerine. But then 54% of people think it is a gigantic mandarin.
Yeah. Because you do get a big mandarin sometimes.
You can.
Mogi.
You can.
I tend to find those ones are a little more flowery, though.
you can
not
find
as
the
sweet.
skin's a bit baggier
Yeah.
as well.
Yes, it's got
got
a
the
very,
baggy
it's got
skin
a
on
very baggy skin. The bigger mandarin.
Yeah, and what about oranges?
What about them?
I don't know. We'll talk about the skin on oranges.
A bit busy now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually,
Here's a hot tip from when I worked in the fruit shop back in the day. Is that imported oranges look better, right?
yes.
New Zealand grown ones look worse, but taste better.
better.
Yeah.
That's
And
interesting.
actually, that is very true. The most disgusting looking oranges are usually the best ones.
That's right. You heard it. See, this has been great.
That's good chat.
Yeah, that's really good chat.
Now you should eat some of it to find out what it is, because surely the taste will tell you.
Go on, Jace.
Eat it. Eat
it.
Eat it.
I gotta
Eat it. Jace, just open it. Come on.
Eat it.
You don't open an orange.
What do you
Keyzie.
do? Open it.
I mean, if it was a gigantic mandarin, it would be an easy process, which lends itself to me
Crack
to
it
think,
open.
to think
Skull.
it's actually an orange.
Oh, my God.
Ah.
You reckon it's an
Can't
orange?
actually peel it. It's really tough.
Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, should we
Good
go to some
times.
ads?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's do an ad.
Yes, please.
The Hodaki Big Show. Weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Everlast there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show. But now the highlight of the show for so many of our fans out there. Let's get into it. What's on the telly with Mike Minogue? Yeah.
Man. Tell you what.
TV.
Last night, I watched At Home with the Furies, which
Oh,
is
Tyson
Fury.
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of behind the scenes of him.
Any good?
Well, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
But I've just looked something up on Netflix because I didn't watch anything last night. But now that I know that that's on there, I'm going to watch it tonight.
Oh, so you were going to
So
lie.
it's a preemptive.
Right.
And I'm saying, God, it was good, man. Funny guy, a lot of kids.
He's a funny guy.
His wife's a saint.
The Gypsy King.
The king of the gypsies, Keyzie.
Yeah.
Of course, he was named after Mike Tyson by his father.
Is that true?
He was born prematurely, about 7 weeks prem. His father rushed to the hospital. They said told him that the child might not make it. He said not only will he make it, but he will be 6'6", 150 kilos, and he will be heavyweight boxing champion of the world. I'm calling him Tyson, after Mike Tyson.
Well, did that really happen?
That really happened. And the only thing not true was the weight. The weight was wrong.
Yeah, because it seems like a yarn as well.
Yeah, I know, but
far out.
Apparently so.
Incidentally, I was just watching one of his fights just recently, just an old replay.
Right.
God, he's a tricky bastard, and he's built like a brick shite house. He's a solid man.
I saw something interesting about him, about the way he wears his gloves.
Right.
So you have your gloves, it's got the big soft bit on the end, and apparently what he does is he doesn't have his fingers in that end bit. He brings them inside so he can actually make a hard fist.
Wow.
And then he sort of clobbers people with that side of the fist, the palm of the hand. So he's hurting them more. There's not as much padding there, so he gives them a apparently it's an old gypsy trick.
Wow,
and look at him now, heavyweight champ of the world. Remember that, Keyzie?
Yeah,
remember that, mate.
When I get you in the ring. I watched
You're gonna do what?
a horror series last night called From. I think it's called, on TVNZ Plus. I know.
Oh, I've seen it advertised.
And it's about basically a township that people can't leave.
Oh.
And people come in from all directions.
Levin's a bit like that.
Yeah, well, I can imagine, and they can't get out. And it has very much early Walking Dead vibes about it. It's actually very good.
Yeah,
and
all right.
I'm enjoying it. So that's me.
I watched
I
Taskmaster.
am porn.
Sorry?
I watch porn.
Oh, yeah. I watched Taskmaster. But we've already talked about Taskmaster, so there's no point. You know,
good stuff.
It was good,
That
though.
was a good episode of what's old Mogi been watching.
No, it's what's on the TV.
I can never remember the
What's
title.
old Mogi been watching?
Oh, tune.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
Kings of Leon there on the radio, Hodaki Big Show this Tuesday evening. As we get towards the end of the show, we don't want to forget, though, before we get to the end of the show, Kiwi Pong. That's all on again, fellas.
That's
the
happening.
championships.
And an amazing prize if you were to win the New Zealand Kiwi Pong Championships of flying you and a mate all the way to Bali.
All the way to Bali.
To represent, man, represent.
Yeah, so it's the World Championships. You'll be participating over in Bali. I think you get over there for about 4 days there.
Yeah.
A bit of time to acclimatise, get used to the humidity, etc., etc.
Get used to their balls.
Balls, yeah, different ball laws. Yeah, bloody great prize, man. I'll be getting involved in it.
I'd be tempted to just go on a big blowout.
Yeah, I know.
Not even compete.
flag it.
Well, I mean, compete. But
Well, you
just,
probably couldn't win it anyway.
Just be on holiday and have a good old time, and you'll probably play better.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Pretty
Just
odd.
so chill.
To be fair, with Kiwi Pong, I've watched the competition and people freak out because there's people watching.
Oh.
But the key to being good at Kiwi Pong is just playing with your mates, you know, while steam.
Here's the thing, Keyzie. I love being watched.
Hey, if you want to get yourself an entry, though, for the New Zealand competition...
How do I do that?
Text the word Pong.
Oh.
What? Watch me?
Nah.
Oh.
Text the word Pong to 3483. We'll send you a link there. You can enter your team and you might win yourself a free team pass. Got a few of those to give away. It is happening next weekend, I believe, Saturday, September 2nd, up here in Auckland. Get a mate, and as the boys mentioned, you could be winning that prize to go to Bali, competing in the international competition. Flights for free, 4 nights accommodation, transfers, spending money, the whole kit and caboodle.
So good, man.
Yeah, man.
Get involved,
good,
New
man.
Zealand. Get
Do it.
involved.
The Hodaki Big Show Podcast.
I've just realised, fellas, I've got my delicious homemade chicken soup to go home to.
Lucky.
I'm pretty stoked
And your wife.
about
You got
that.
your wife to go home to.
Yeah.
You didn't even mention her.
Oh, she's going to be at Pilates initially.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my wife's at squash.
Oh, right, okay. Want to come to mine and have some chicken soup?
Oh, no,
Keyzie?
I've got a potty to record.
What are you up to, Mogi?
Not much.
Huh?
Yeah.
Might watch some Blackadder.
I think I
And
watched the
that'll be
Tyson
about
Fury
it.
thing.
Oh, well, I've got a bit on tonight. Yeah,
Oh, right.
busy night. So
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of those, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff,
Yeah.
mate, good stuff. And Keyzie, you got a podcast to do?
Yeah, Extremely Casual Gamers, if you like your video games. And Keyzie. Chatting about dragons and stuff.
Rah.
Give it a look.
Maybe we should actually get and we should try and do a Big Show Dungeons and Dragons.
I seriously would love to do Dungeons and Dragons.
Sure.
I've
Pugs-
never played
Hey,
it before.
who
Pugs
wouldn't?
would be into it. Pugs strikes me as someone that would be into Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell yeah, me too.
I just had a bit of a bad memory of Dungeons and Dragons
If
because
anyone
I
is
got
out there,
stabbed.
if anyone's out there that wants to run a Dungeons and Dragons night for the big show, get in touch over the Insta.
Yeah, great stuff. Hey, listen, make sure you check out the podcast, highlights of the show, also the podcast outro. Check out the Instagram account. Until tomorrow. Yes, Keyzie.
Sorry, just quickly, just realised Greg Preble is in next with a full replay of the entire day's countdown.
Yeah, we mentioned that earlier in the show.
Yeah, I know, but I just thought I'd remind everyone
Oh,
again.
yeah,
good work,
okay,
man.
yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, see you tomorrow.